What's up, y'all? It's your boy D. I'm here with my man T, and this is Saturday Morning Traffic, the greatest podcast, not the latest podcast. We haven't been posting as much. Me and Tony get busy. We got lives outside of this podcast. We're not at the point where we're making money and all that nonsense. But anyways, that's beside the point. Today, on the Full Court Series edition,
Small forward
position, we doing Kawhi Leonard and motherfucking Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Scottie Pippen. Say it with me. Say it with me. Hey, say it with me. Motherfucking Scottie Pippen.
Motherfucking Scottie Pippen.
Motherfucking Scottie Pippen. We might not, we might get demonetized for this, but guess what? We bringing that heat today. We got our partner Drew back. He's in the building. He's here to, add some sauce to the barbecue. You dig what I'm saying? Add some spice to the noodles and make things fancy. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Ain't that right, Tony?
All day. He's going to be like James Harden.
Yes, sir.
He's like James Harden. He's going to stir that pot, bro.
Come on, man. Stir the pot. Score 60 points and still lose. But anyways, let's get into it.
With 30 free throws.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get Drew in here. All right. We got Drew up in the building.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so before we start this episode, we want to talk about, recent people passing. And the biggest one right now is Chadwick Boseman. And he just, he recently passed dealing with 4 years battling stage 4, what I think it was colon cancer for like 4 years or whatever it was. And he just recently passed. And to piggyback off of what I just said, like, you never know what somebody's going through. And this is just a moment to just appreciate people for who they are, and just this is a chance for you to really recognize that. Just be nice, man. Be a good person. There's no reason for you to be rude or disrespectful. You don't know what anybody's going through. So just move with peace and love and things of that nature. We also lost Lou Wilson, an Arizona coach. I don't know much about him. I'm sure Tony knows more than I do. But, it's always hard to lose somebody.
Yeah.
And, we just lost Cliff Robinson. He was an all-star in, I think, 1994. And he was the Sixth Man of the Year in 1993. And it's just, death is inevitable. It's something we all have to deal with, whether it's with your parents, a family member, or anybody, et cetera, et cetera. But it's never good to lose anybody. So it's just right for us to, give all three of these people a moment of silence. And for anybody else who's going through something, we send our wishes and condolences to you as well. So I think we deserve all three of these people and anybody else deserve a moment of silence.
Absolutely.
All right. On a more positive note, let's jump into it, fellas.
Yeah, let's get into this. I mean, Scottie Pippen against the Claw, Kawhi. So let's get into it. Guys, D, Drew, we have I had to bring out the two iconic photos right here, the Claw, Kawhi ending that series with like 4, 5, 6 bounces, whatever it was. And then, Pip dunking on Patrick Ewing with his old knees at the time. But let's get started. Yeah. We'll let Drew go first. Go ahead, bro.
Well, I like to start out with, let's look at the accolades. So what do I have here? For Scottie Pippen, of course, we know he played with Jordan, 6-time NBA champion, 21 career triple-doubles, 17 regular season, 4 playoffs. He led the league in steals, 232, and steals per game, 2.94 in 94-95. His 10 NBA All-Defensive honors and 8 NBA All-Defensive First Team honors are one shy of the NBA record. Who has the NBA record? I can look that up. Member of the USA men's national team in 92, Dream Team 1, Barcelona, Spain, and 96, Dream Team 3 in Atlanta. Selected in 96 as one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history. Elected to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2010. And so, some other things. Pippen is one of 2 NBA players known to have recorded 5 steals and 5 blocks in a playoff game, which he did against the Pistons in May 19th, 1991. Hakeem Olajuwon performed the feat twice. And Pippen is also one of 3 non-guards in NBA history to have a season of more than 200 steals. The other players are Rick Barry in 74-75, Hakeem Olajuwon in 88-89, and Pippen is the only non-guard to do this on more than one occasion in 1989-90 and 93-94 and 94-95. And so, yeah.
Amazing.
Go ahead, D.
I'm rocking with Scottie, bro. I'm rocking with Scottie. And the main reason why I'm rocking with Scottie is because Kawhi Leonard has only been brought to attention because he brought a championship to a team that never had one. And if we're being realistic, he's a fantastic two-way player. But he's not better than Scottie. And it's the same thing, it's the same thing with Luka. Like if you look at Luka, Luka's a great player. But you're getting more possessions in this generation than you're getting from a previous generation. This generation that basketball is playing right now is not based on defense. So what Kawhi's doing is being highlighted more. It's just like when KD went to the Warriors, all of a sudden KD's a great player. He's this, he's that, he's this. We know that they're great. We know he's a great player. But it's more possessions per game. Like back then, like 75, 80 would logically be a final score. The finals, it might jump 20 points, But the thing with Scottie is, Scottie's a different animal. Scottie had defense and he had offense. He's a better two-way player. Let's be real. He's a better two-way player than Kawhi Leonard. And the only reason why and the biggest reason why I'm saying that is because if you look at how if Jordan couldn't close, because we all know Jordan is known for being a closer. If Jordan couldn't close, Scottie was doing it. If Scottie couldn't close, Kerr was doing it. Whoever needed to close was going to be a close, but Jordan always went to who? He went to Scottie. Scottie's an amazing player. His defense is off the charts, and he doesn't get a lot of respect for his defense. He's just known as being the second best on the best team ever. And I don't think that's fair because if you really look at Scottie's career, Scottie went on to play after Michael Jordan decided to leave the Bulls, and Scottie still did great. And he doesn't get enough recognition or credit for that. So when people be like, oh, well, yeah, Kawhi's better than – no, Kawhi's not better than Scottie. He's not better than Scottie. Can I say he never will be? No, I would never say that about any player. Everybody has potential to grow and be better, but no, Scottie's not better than Kawhi.
Go ahead, Drew. What's up?
My brother. So before I go on, because clearly not clearly, but I'm definitely feeling Kawhi in this matchup. I'm going to read his accolades.
Cool.
2-time NBA champion, 2014, 2019. 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 2014 and 2019. 1-time NBA All-Star MVP, 2020. 4-time NBA All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. First team was 16 and 17. Second team was 19. 2-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, 15 and 16. 5-time All-Defensive Selection. First team, 15, 16, 17. Second team, 14 and 19. All-NBA Rookie First Team, 2012. 2015 NBA Steals Leader. I agree with everything you said about Scottie Pippen, but I still give the nod to Kawhi. And it has nothing to do with numbers. Let's listen to me. It has to do
You got these looks.
with No, I want his look. I want it. We look at, honestly, I would say Scottie Pippen is the best complementary player of all time. And I'm going to break this down a little bit. People could argue, oh, well, Kobe and Shaq was unstoppable. Who was the number one player on that team?
It could go both ways.
The first half. Huh?
It could go both ways to who's number one.
It could. Exactly. It was no clear point. With the Bulls, you knew that was Michael's team. and Scottie was the assistant manager basically on that team. Okay, and so as number two, like you said, he deferred to him when he needed to sometimes, or Kerr or whoever. So from that vein, he was the best. No one will ever replace him as the best complimentary player ever. Kawhi, he had a situation where when he was with the Spurs, it was kind of a passing of the torch, and then they won the first championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left, and he went to another team where he was, okay, you're the main guy now, okay? And what did he do with that? He capitalized on that. He won. We've never seen somebody get traded in the middle of the year and then win with that team in there. I don't think, check me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe. Scottie had a similar opportunity when Michael left to play baseball, and he did not want to take that last shot.
No.
That's the thing.
He wanted to take that last shot, but they wanted to give it to Kukoc, and he was so mad about that he sat himself out, and Kukoc hit the game-winning shot. So it was more of him pouting in a way because he wanted the last shot.
Okay.
But the matchup was like Kukoc has the better matchup. Give it to him. Let's win this game, type of deal.
Right. But that year, and then there was also one where, that year, we'll stay on that. Did the Bulls win the championship that year? When Scottie Pippen was the man, they didn't. Kawhi won. You see, Kawhi was the guy. It was clear cut. That's Toronto's guy. Now, granted, Van Fleet stepped up, had an amazing series. So did Marc Gasol and everybody, but it was Kawhi's team. It was clear cut. That's the only reason why that's literally the only reason. I feel like, it's premature right now as far as Kawhi's career and Pippen's, because, he's already at 5 all-NBA defensive teams right now. It's Scottie's 10, But granted, he's only in year what?
8.
Is it 6th year?
8th year. 8th year.
8th year.
Yeah, he's 2 years away from his bird rights, yeah.
Right. And so, yeah, that's just – that will Pippen will never live. He's never won as the guy. That's my strike against him.
So for me, this debate is tough because it's really close. I think it's unfair to Kawhi to actually do the full body of work. So we really have to compare the first 8 seasons for Pippen, right? So overall, I think Pippen was a great defender. Everybody talks about his defense, right? 10-time all defense in 12 years? That's awesome.
It's amazing.
Why didn't he ever win defensive player of the year? That's my question. That's a big question. Your focal point is on that team to be the best perimeter defender, right? Of pretty much of all time is what his focus. That's what he was. That's what he's considered. But 7-time All-Star, Kawhi is already 4-time All-Star, 5-time All-Defense, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. And the reason why he won Finals MVP was because of his defense on LeBron. Right? That's the main reason he won his first Finals MVP. And to your note, Drew, Kawhi was the guy. Here's my thing. I think Kawhi would have stayed in San Antonio, I think he would have went, to LA after his contract. He went to Toronto if they didn't mess around with his injury and say he was faking it and shit. That's a big part of it. The coaching staff, I think they just didn't want him to transition to who he was, because I remember that first round series against the year before against the Warriors. Kawhi was torching them. It was the Warriors in I think it was game 1. The Warriors are down by 25. Then the injury, the guy who always tries to injure everybody, didn't let him land and messed up his ankle and all that stuff, he's out of the series. They get swept, right? And then, I honestly really think if Kawhi was in that whole series, because I think that was 2017.
Was it the Warriors' first championship?
I think it was 2018. No, it was 2018. They won that year. Because then the next year he went – no, 2017. That was that first-round matchup. I really think the Spurs would have beat them if Kawhi was fully healthy. They were on pace for that. Or at least make it a 6-7 game series, and not get swept. But the big thing is his – going back to the point of Pippen and, Kawhi, I think Kawhi – what he does is his first part of his years is all dedicated to defense, right? You didn't have except Jordan, and there was a couple other crazy scores in the league, but compare it to the talent now. The talent now overdoes the 90s and 2000s of scoring ability because of the rules changes, right? So it's harder to guard because you can't even touch these players. That's another thing. And to win 2 Defensive Player of the Years and a Finals MVP just on your defense, and Steals champ, that says a lot. And to go to Toronto, where they basically became like baby dinosaurs when they go up against LeBron. You can't even call them Raptors, okay? You call him Barney. Remember that meme? Well, then he
Toronto Barney.
But look, Scottie's not taking the last shot, but Kawhi's taking the last shot, right, to win the series and move to the finals, where we all agree, though, if KD or Klay doesn't get hurt, the Raptors aren't winning that series. That's my take. That it is what it is. Things happen, right? So I think he got lucky on that second championship, right? But he still got it. That's the key, right? He still got it. And if they win the title this year, he will have won 3 championships with 3 different teams. But if LeBron does, he does the same thing. So it's that's crazy in itself to even think where he went. Scottie went to Portland. He went to Houston. Couldn't do it. So that's why I kind of give the edge to Kawhi, because we have to judge the first 8 years, not the whole career. Right? So I would have to give it to Kawhi there. Go ahead, D. I know you're shaking your head.
Listen. First of all, to call Scottie the most complimentary player is a trophy within its own. I totally understand that. And when you're talking about that stint where Scottie was technically the man, you also have to understand that Scottie wasn't getting paid what he wanted to get paid. A lot of the things that Scottie was dealing with had nothing to do with basketball in general. Well, it did, but it was more so things that were happening behind the scenes. It's like when LeBron left Cleveland. It had really only a certain amount of percentage to do with the fact that he wasn't winning a championship. It was more so the things that were happening behind the scenes. Dan Gilbert is doing this. Dan Gilbert. There was a point where LeBron James could have had Amari Stoudemire, a few other star players with him way earlier in his career and gave him more potential to win a championship than those 8 years where he didn't have anybody to help him. And the front office kept denying that. So it's Scottie probably, I think he could have won a championship, but I don't think he had the oomph and the leadership qualities that Michael Jordan had. Because like I said, Michael Jordan was a closer. He always came through and did his job.
And
at the same time, beta. He's a beta male. No, I'm playing. If you look at Kawhi's career, Kawhi, he really only got his praise and his oh my God, I can't believe you did it, because he won a championship for Toronto. Nobody was talking about Kawhi beforehand. Nobody.
They were. It was just more towards defense, because he was the top career defender in the league.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Scottie's been hot his whole career, bro. If you have to say things like, "Oh, I'm just gonna compare the first 8 years," no, compare
You
the whole
have
career.
to. What?
You don't have. No, you don't. You don't.
What are you talking about, bro?
You don't.
You can't
listen,
do that. No, bro.
don't.
You tripping, bro.
All right, time out. You don't. You don't, because the way they're treating Kawhi right now, they're treating this man like he is Jesus Christ with a basketball. That's how they're treating him. They're treating him like he's the best closer. He's the best defensive player. Nobody can touch him. He's better than LeBron. That's how they're treating him. So if that's how you're going to be looked at in the media, we need to hold you to that same account. We need to hold you to that same standard. That's not fair. If you're going to compare, of course, 2 years is going to make a difference. It's just like when me and you argue Derrick Rose against Russell Westbrook. I can't logically, I can't make that. I can't say who's better than who, because Derrick Rose's career was stunning. Kawhi is still playing, so he still has potential to be better than Scottie Pippen. But is he going to? You think he's going to win another 5 to 7
Let me ask you this,
championships?
D. Let me ask you something.
Wait. I want to read something. So Tony,
Okay, go
you
ahead.
mentioned about the Spurs coaching staff. This is something Greg Popovich said in 2012 on Kawhi. He said, "I think he's going to be a star, and as time goes on, he'll be on the face of the Spurs. I think at both ends of the court, he is really a special player, and what makes me be so confident about him is that he wants it so badly. He wants to be a good player. I mean, a great player. He comes early. He stays late. He's coachable. He's just like a sponge. When you consider he's only had 2 years of college and no training camp yet, you can see that he's going to be something else." I thought that would say something else, but you were talking about how the coaching staff was like holding him back or something like that.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I was referring to the GM I was referring to the GM with Jerry Krause, Reinsdorf and all that. That's more so what I was referring to, because Scottie, the whole time he was with the Bulls, he was fighting to get more money, and that's the biggest factor as to why he left.
It was his fault. It was his. Listen.
Hold on, let me finish. If we want to be realistic, Kawhi's never was the best player on the Spurs. It was Tim Duncan. So in reality, he's the best complimentary player to Tim Duncan. So you're basically comparing two complimentary players.
No,
that one championship, yeah, I'll give you that. But when he left, he was the man, and everybody knew it.
But he left in the middle of his career. Scottie left at the end of his career. Scottie only left because of the money. Kawhi left because he didn't want to be with the Spurs no more.
Well, let's be real. 2015, when the Heat won. It was like the last championship.
That wasn't the Heat. 2015, 2016, bro. No, that was not the Heat. That was
No, not 2016. It was 2000. It was the last the last championship. I can't remember. No, the Spurs won. When he won, Kawhi won MVP, Finals MVP. Tim Duncan was not what he was. You cannot, leadership-wise, that was his team.
Whoa. Yeah. No. Because the last year, I think it was the year prior to that, when the Heat won, he had like 25 points in the first half. No, I think he had 30 points in the first half. I will never forget that. Tim Duncan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was still getting it. And that was in the final.
Yes.
30 points.
Thank you.
I'll give you that. You know what? I'll give you. He was complimentary player of the year for that. Was that 14? Yeah, 2014 when they won. Yep, 13-14.
And I believe my personal belief is the next year he was too. He was too. Just because Tim Duncan did not win Finals MVP does not make him the lesser player. He was still the better player.
It's the same thing with the Iguodala winning Finals MVP.
Exactly.
That's what you compare it to.
Thank you. You're agreeing with me. Thank you.
I'm not agreeing with you. I'm stating facts.
About Pippen, though. It's a couple things about Pippen. We just saw The Last Dance, and they talked about Pippen's maturation over 8 years. How when he first came in, Jordan had to get all into him. I'm like, you gotta attack and whatnot. So them first few years, you said he was hot since he's been in the league. I think the first few years had to catch, get his wheels up under him.
Yeah.
Let me look these things up.
Yeah,
That's
I
all.
can. I mean, in that aspect, yes, I can agree. But the only reason why you could really say that is because it's documented. There's no documentation on whether Tim Duncan was on Kawhi's ass like that.
And you go about the contract. You go to that contract. Jerry Krause got him to sign that.
Okay, that's understandable.
No. Listen. Listen. The owner said contract is not good for you. You should not sign this. But he said, I want it for my family. He got a shorter term and then re-signed a longer term with a different team or whatever. So you can't say it's not all his fault because he signed a contract. It was what, a 7-year contract, 6-year contract, something crazy like that, where other people were surpassing. So it is on him at the same time.
To an extent, right? Yes, but he still was a product. He still was a focal point in winning 3 championships, a 2-year break, and then winning 3 more with Michael Jordan. That's totally understandable. But at the same time, it's like he's still not better than Kawhi.
So, he's the most complimentary player of all time. Like, that's what he was.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this. Why didn't, if he wanted to be the guy, why didn't he try to force a trade and be the guy? Why did he ride Jordan the whole time?
I got a question for you. If you got a multi-billion-dollar business and you have an opportunity to go to a multi-million-dollar business, are you going to take it or are you going to stay with the business that you got? Answer that question.
I wasn't listening
to you. You have a multi-billion-dollar business. Are you going to leave your billion-dollar business to go deal with a million-dollar business?
Of course not.
No. If I got Michael Jordan on my team and I got the perfect team chemistry, I got the best coaching in the world.
But that's what I'm saying. You're saying exactly what I'm saying. That's what Kawhi wanted.
I want to ask you a question.
We're Pippen.
Okay, that's fine. But Kawhi, what Kawhi had in Toronto was literally luck. That was luck and good coaching.
Oh, no, you got to give Algieri credit for that. No.
Luck and
that man's GM of the year for a reason.
Yeah,
he's GM of the year for a reason.
Yeah.
No, that was GM man. Come on now. Come on, that's the whole cap. No.
That was luck.
I throw it at you, bro.
Because you just no. Look, Tony just said it. If the Warriors were at full strength, they would have demolished Toronto.
I don't think demolished. I think they would have won in 6. I mean, Toronto was a great defensive team.
Everything that happened with Toronto, from Kawhi getting there, them winning the championship, was pure luck. That was God. That was Jesus. I swear to God, bro. Because there was no reason why that team should have won. Because tell me, answer this question. How are y'all feeling during that finals? I don't know if they're gonna do it. Oh, they're doing it. They're doing it. They're doing it. They did.
He's right. I'll give you that.
Let's be real.
I thought there was going to be a 3-peat. I thought there was going to be a 3-peat for sure.
Let me ask you a question. If Pippen, back in the 90s, leaves in the trade fashion, kind of like how Kawhi did, mid-season, and goes and plays for this Clyde Drexler's Portland team, or the or the Sonics, we can do that.
They're winning. What the fuck? They're winning. They're winning, bro. They're winning. They're winning.
Bro.
They're winning, and I'm gonna tell you why they're winning. Because if you look at how Jordan had to be talked to and told, you can't play like that if you want to win a championship. The first year that Jordan won his first ring, got his MVP, got Defensive Player of the Year, he won all his accolades. He wanted to quit after that and went on to win more championships. So if you put Pippen in a position to where his status is higher on a team that needs him, like needs him, because if we're being realistic, the Bulls only needed him to cover what Jordan couldn't cover. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at Kawhi's position on his team, it's like Kawhi's position was more, to me, it was a little bit more important because Tim Duncan was aging. Jordan was aging, but Jordan was aging and still good. Tim Duncan was aging, and you know what I'm saying? But in reality,
if he goes to Sonics, he's still not the guy on that team.
They're winning that finals.
He still want to be the guy. That's the whole concept of what Drew's talking about. going to a team, getting traded, being the guy and winning it. If he goes to the Sonics or he goes to the Clyde Drexler's Portland Trailblazers, he's still not the guy.
Okay, but it's different when you have 3 superstars on your team. There's no 3 superstars on the Toronto Raptors. It's literally Kawhi, who's an all-star, and you got a bunch of supporting cast members. You got Sean Kemp, you got Gary Payton, you got Scottie Pippen. That's 3 superstars.
If Kawhi stayed on the Raptors this year, I guarantee you they would have went to the finals.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Kawhi should have never left because now he's playing with Pandemic P and he's not doing great.
No. It's no. It's PG 13%. Remember, PG 13%. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, poor shot P. PSP. Poor shot P. Yeah, man. That's what you get for cheating on Doc Rivers' daughter, bro.
For what? Wait, hold on.
What?
Yeah, he cheated on his daughter, bro. This is new information. Breaking news. He cheated on Doc Rivers' daughter, bro.
Did he marry like a hooker?
Is that the one who played volleyball at Florida?
Bingo. Look it up, bro.
Lord.
Yeah, he cheated on her with a stripper and got a stripper pregnant. They tried to marry her and stay with her, and it didn't work out. Yeah.
That was in Indiana, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Yep. And then the funny part about it is he only went home. But he went to the Clippers because he wanted to go with Kawhi or whatever. That's the team he wanted to be with. And that's my biggest gripe with Kawhi is you could have just said you wanted to go to the Clippers. Why waste time with the Lakers?
No, he knows he couldn't have beat the Lakers when they just got AD. There's no way.
This is how I feel. Kawhi wanted to go with the Lakers. He chose the Clippers as a pride move. That's how I feel. I honestly wholeheartedly believe Kawhi wanted to go with the Lakers. He reminds me just so much of KD. He doesn't talk. He doesn't say much. He just balls.
What do you mean KD hella talks? What are you talking about with his like
KD, okay, let's be real. KD's only talking because of what? He's never going to stop talking because of that Warriors move. He self-sabotaged himself. He's never going to shut up. What do they talk about every interview?
Hold up. Are you equating the Durant slide over to the team that beat me to Kawhi?
No.
When you're up 3-1?
No. Let's get that out. Okay. Hell no, I'm not doing that. I wouldn't even do Kawhi like that. And no. What I'm saying is the way he went about it was the wrong way. If you knew you were going to the Clippers, you should have just went to the Clippers. There was no need to waste LA's time because what you did was have them sign a bunch of supporting cast members when in reality they could have got AD and one more superstar, and that was supposed to be Kawhi.
AD was not going to the Clippers. LeBron, they have the same agent.
I'm talking about AD going to the Lakers, and then they could have got one more superstar. Because if they would have got Kawhi, oh my God, this finals will be over. Nobody will be talking anymore. I understand bringing balance to the NBA, but in reality, everybody likes to say, "Oh, LeBron just creates mega teams." And no, anytime LeBron has went to a team, the team is created after he gets there. That is not a mega team. If I have to get there, then put the pieces together, then it's not a puzzle. You buy the puzzle, you get the pieces, you put it together. You see what I'm saying? I don't agree. I never agree with that analogy.
Well, they thought their final piece was Kuzma, but it's obviously not Kuzma.
No, don't look. I ain't gonna say Kuzma, but Kuzma's balling right now.
Dude, he's averaging 11 points in the playoffs.
Okay, what you're averaging versus what you're doing per game is not the same thing.
He needs to average 15 to 20 for them to win the championship.
I think we should create
the way the Clippers are playing, they might not even need him. So, shoot. So we'll see.
Well, you got my answer. I'm rocking with Scottie.
But I mean, I don't know. I just think Scottie, he was really good, but it's just like I think he just rode coattails. But I get what you're saying, D. But it's just like you could have
never the man.
Never the man.
Neither was for one time in his career.
Twice.
One time he was the man.
Hey. Look,
He's the man
I don't make the rules.
in LA.
I enforce them. Heavy is the crown of the king. That's why everybody can't wear it.
So you're saying that Scottie is a beta male? Scottie beta Pippen. Scottie beta.
Scottie beta.
Not just a beta.
Hey, look. At the end of the day, Scottie's my favorite player, but he did get his bitch snatched by Future. So at the end of the day, I'm rocking with Scottie, but I'm gonna have to call him after we get off the phone, man. I'm gonna have to call him when we get off the phone, man. I gotta check on Scottie, man. Make sure he's good, cause he's out here rocking cornrows. He's out here doing the twisties. He's out here mismatching Lakers jerseys on ESPN. I don't know, man. I gotta call Scottie and see what's going on, man. Cause I'm rocking with you, but bro, you gotta get it together. You got
even in the Last Dance, I was like, dude, he has like no furniture. He was in a chair. It was just white walls.
He said, bro, don't got no furniture. That's disrespectful.
Go look at it. It's just like a chair that he sits in. Like,
you know what?
It's not even a recliner. It's just like a regular metal chair. It looked like.
You probably just got a big ass dining room, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't balling like that either, man. Scottie probably trying to be conservative with his money, man. I'm just saying. You got your girl took over by Future. Then he made a line about it. Slam dunk your girl like I'm Pippen. Like, I rock with Scottie, but man, he got some explaining to do.
Man, we need to respect our elders. That's what that come to. Like, I mean, we knew Future was out of pocket. How he did Sierra, like you know.
Yeah, Future's not the greatest person in the world. He makes fire music, but yeah, man. Like I said, I'm rocking with Scottie, man, 100%. Who you got, Tony?
I got Kawhi.
And Drew?
I got Kawhi.
That's 2-1. That's 2-1, bro.
There's the debate, y'all. I lost, even though I had a good argument. I lost.
Hey, D, but I do think Kawhi overall, once he's actually finished, we can go back to this debate and you'll see that Kawhi will have the better career.
Well, he had a better start off, but that's neither here nor there.
He started on the bench too, bro.
Scottie, I don't think Scottie started on the bench.
Yeah, he did. His first year, he came off the bench 79 times.
Beta Scottie.
He didn't start one game until his second year.
Beta Scottie.
7 points per game that year in 87-88.
Jesus.
7.9.
It's all good.
All good. It's all good. It's all gravy. It's all mashed potatoes and gravy.
So you really taking Scottie then, huh? You taking Scottie, huh?
Of course I'm taking Scottie, bro. Come on now. I can talk all that. It's like when you hate your dad. You know what I'm saying? He might get on my nerves. He might ground me. He might make me cut the grass, but I still love him though. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with Scottie.
All right, man. Well, there's no poll because Facebook decided not to allow me to start creating polls anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, we need Mark Zuckerberg.
I gotta fix that. But everybody's with us. We won 2-1, Drew. So we're good. We won.
It's all good. You guys can go ahead and take this dub. I'm not tripping, man. You know, I'm balling now. You know what I'm saying? I got a little money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. It's all good, man. Y'all can take this dub. I'm not tripping.
And that was the debate.
Cash out me something.
So, how'd you feel about this debate, Drew? You liked it?
I liked it, man. That was shoot. I like the fact that we were actually went at each other. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
The conflict of interest definitely spices up everything, man. I think that's the best part about Saturday Morning Traffic podcast is that when we it's a healthy debate. It's not a like, oh man, after we end this debate, I'm never talking to you again. Nah, man, we're homies, man. We're cool. We kick it. We chop it up. We have conversations outside of this, and we create an environment for folks to talk, aggressively but peacefully about sports. And I think that's a beautiful thing that the community is missing. So there you go. Saturday Morning Traffic, the greatest podcast, not the latest podcast.
Hey, tell them who we have next.
I'm doing the outro. Okay.
No. I'm letting Drew know. know. So we got Adrian Dantley versus Dominique next.
You said Adrian Dantley?
Mm-hmm. Against Dominique. Look up his stats.
I gotta do my
Adrian
homework.
Dantley
Yeah.
played for the Pistons, right?
Partially, yeah. Him and Dominique have very similar numbers.
Yep, and they have midway similar playing styles.
The one that I'm looking forward to, I mean, there's a lot because we got Bird, LeBron, KD versus Elgin Baylor, and then we got Melo versus James Worthy. I like that one.
That one's gonna be nuts. But
yeah, shoot.
we definitely gotta tap in on it.
Man, what is going on in your car, bro?
Nick, it's dark. What the fuck?
What is going on? Like he's having a party in there.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like what am I supposed to do? Have strobe lights in this bitch?
Dude, I'm just saying, like when I was looking, I was like, why isn't there no light on?
Okay, I understand, Tony. I'm black. You don't want to say it, but I'm black. Okay, I'm a black and salmon. Okay, you know?
No.
Dark and black male.
Yes, sir. Amazing.
But go ahead and end it.
All right, y'all. It's your boy D. I'm here with my man T, our special guest Drew. And this is Saturday Morning Traffic, the greatest podcast, not the latest podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, dislike, because we let our haters be our motivators. In the next episode on the Full Court series, small forward edition, we got
Adrian Dantley versus Dominique Wilkins.
Adrian Dantley versus Dominique Wilkins. Make sure y'all
we already know who D's going for.
Oh yeah, you already know who I'm rocking with. Come on, man.
Adrian Dantley, that's his boy. I
ain't even finna say nothing. Y'all can figure that out on your own, man. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing to anything. But yeah, we're gonna make sure we put Drew's socials in the information for the YouTube video, so you guys can go check him out and follow him because he's gonna be a reoccurring guest. So definitely be on here a lot.
Oh, there.
But yeah, man, that's everything, y'all. So y'all fucking with it, I'm fucking with it, man. Check it out, tap in. You know, get weird. No, don't get weird because if you get weird, then we might have to, report you or block you. We don't want to do that. But
I had to block a couple people.
See, look, hey, you already know what's up, man. But yeah, that's everything, man. That's how we coming, man. Saturday Morning Traffic, the greatest podcast, not the latest podcast, man. Y'all take care.